Welcome, everyone. Hello, hello. I am Carolyn, your host for this weekly mini, your bite sized workshop on the hottest acro and aerial topics. You can reference all of our previous weekly minis and more amazing content on our Acrobatic Arts channel on YouTube. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments and we'll do our best to answer those for you at the end. If you know someone who should hear about today's topic, be a friend and click the share button on this post right now and let them know we're here. Today, we're beyond excited to present to you this topic and to bring to you master teacher Meaghan Wegg for a bite-sized tutorial featuring aerial arts getting started with silks. Meaghan studied aerial hoop and contortion at the National Circus School in Montreal. She was a featured artist performing around the world with Cirque du Soleil and the Seven Fingers. She is the Australia, New Zealand, and Asian division manager for acrobatic arts and loves to share her knowledge and positivity with us. She is the creator and developer of our aerial arts program, and we couldn't be more than thrilled to have her, as I stated earlier. Meaghan Wegg, welcome.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Good morning. Thank you for being here, Meaghan. We are so excited to have you. And so I know typically in the background we would see hoops, but today you're bringing us something exciting, and yay! They look silky. They look purple. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about what you're going to be talking about today?
Of course. So, our beautiful purple silks are here all the way from London, Ontario. Um, we wanted to start our first weekly mini with you about getting started with silks. And so, just how we set up the studio, the rigging, the engineering. But I have two beautiful demonstrators, and I really want you to see how we can get started with it as well.
Awesome. Now, just to give a preface to this for people who may not know, aerial arts is teacher training for aerial arts teachers for young people so that you can learn to teach young people aerial arts. And you establish the program with hoop training, teacher training, and now we're progressing and you've added to the syllabus silks. So from primary to level 6 in the syllabus. We'll take them from the beginning up until level 6 in the syllabus. And I know you'll explain more about that, but you're helping everyone today get started with what that's all about.
Yeah, and the syllabus for silks, we go over strength, climbing, technique, balance, and drops and slides.
Excellent. Okay, I know you've got a presentation prepared. I'm going to back away, hit my mute, close my screen. It is all yours. Take it away.
Thank you. So I wanted to just quickly talk about your studio when having silks hanging. It's important to have at least 12 feet above you so you can have the carabiner, swivel carabiner, and the 10 feet or 11 feet of silks hanging so you can play with a little bit of height for the basics. Ideally, here we have 20 feet. We're blessed with so much height. I'll be moving the screen up a little bit for you to see when we do some slides and drops. But your studio in our course will go over how you can talk with your landlord and your engineer on getting set up for rigging. And it's important that you do talk with the engineer and riggers to be able to have everything in place for you. Once all of that is set, you will, of course, certify with aerial arts so we can teach you how to teach all of your students and even your staff how to get started. So we have the biggest reason why you should certify with aerial arts is because in the dance industry, it's the next trend. It's the newest thing that's happening. And we want to teach all of our dancers how to be aerial dancers or how to lift off the ground with the same technique they already have on the ground, which is their awesome ballet, their acrobatic arts work, and everything, even into hip hop and tumbling. I can teach you how to do a tumbling pass on the silks if you wanted. Last year, I put in one of our demonstrator, Nathan Solo. I wanted to create a cartwheel back step out going down the silks, and we made it happen. Maybe we could show that today. It wasn't on my script to show, but we can for sure. So basically, my inspiration is how can I turn in a beautiful piece that's on the ground into a vertical piece in an aerial arts performance. So we're going to get started. We always have safe practice. It's the priority. It's in my head, in my heart. Safety is the biggest priority for me. And therefore, you will learn how to have the eye and the knowledge to understand that with everything you're teaching. We also have a progressive training system, a platform, a stepping stone, so that you and your students feel safe before they go into the next skill and they feel strong that they've progressed. So I'm going to get my demonstrators up, come to the silks, Eva and Nathan. Welcome them to the silks. And we're going to give a little example of 2 strength skills, how you would do strength with silks. Some people might have a lot of knowledge and some people might not know at all. So a big thing is our fingers each have little muscles inside, and your fingers just gripping are going to get a work, and your beautiful Popeye muscles here, they need to get strong. So that's your grip and your strength. So one of our categories is strength. So I'm going to get them to each show a strength skill. So we're going to do a wrist lock. Nathan's doing it higher and Eva's doing it at eye height. And Nathan's going to do a reverse. Are you doing a chin up or reverse chin up? Go. So yeah, he's going to start down and he's going to go all the way up to a chin up. And then he's going to slowly go down to a reverse chin up. And then we would repeat that more and more. Now, Eva, you're going to go into your upside down candlestick. And it's hard to keep that straight body. And come down, Eva. Can you do it facing sideways now so we can see how straight your body is? All the way up. Good. It's okay. We're on a swivel. All of our aerial apparatuses should be on swivels so that the wear and tear and give of the apparatus can work with your movement, but also we choreograph spinning. So that's why all the apparatuses are spinning. So those are 2 examples of strength. There's so many. We have level primary to level 6, and there's about 5 to 8 strength components in each level. So there's a lot of good progressions, and you're going to get strong because there's also climbing all the way up and all the way down. Why don't you guys each do a climb? So Nathan, can you do the foot wrap and then you can just do the standard climb? Okay, climb up. And so there's 2 different climbs. I'm going to follow them up and you'll get to see our beautiful gym in height. Normally I like to say hit the carabiner up top and then come down. You don't have to go all the way up, guys. And then come down. So just show me how different ways you can come down. So there's the slide that Eva's doing, and then Nathan's doing the reversed climb down. And then it's also important when you go up and down, you change the foot that you're going on. So muscle memory and strength is creating on opposite sides. We're very focused on equal balancing with your training on both sides. Okay, we have a skill that we call a knee split series in aerial hoop and in the silks. I wanted to keep a similar vocab across the 2 structures. So before we get into that, can you guys both show a foot lock? So Eva's going to show where we start right from primary. We actually say, get a little chair, and we teach the little ones how to do the foot lock. She's going to do it just standing. So you're going to go wrap around, and then I say create an X to then wrap it around and then stand all the way up. And then you can just hold a nice pose there. Good. And then come down. And now Nathan, you're going to do, it's like wearing stirrup tights. It's like a foot wrap and then into a dancer's position. Oh, you're doing the same one. Never mind. Let's do the open and then do the stirrup one. So you're hanging, you wrap 1, 2, and then you pull up. This one's a bit more difficult because you need the strength. And then you're in like you're wearing stirrup tights. And then just give us an example of what you can do with that. You can do a split, just a nice split. And then you can wrap, very nice. And then come out of it, good. And then you just slide down. So another thing is, like hoop, there's a pain tolerance that gets built with you. Silks don't necessarily give you bruises like hoop would. Silks give you burns and different types of, just your strength builds more so you feel that your fingers and your muscles are really working. Whereas hoop, like monkey bars, you climb up and you get up like that. So there's a lot of definite mind over matter focused training that comes with silks as well. Okay, Eva, I'm gonna ask you to show us very slowly. We're gonna do our knee split series. We're gonna do level 2, going into level 3 with a variation. Okay, so she's gonna start with a foot lock, like we just did, on one of them. Very good. And then she's gonna step up using her strength and pulling. Then she'll wrap the slack around her tummy, her back into her tummy. And then from there, we'll just hook our knee and just pose for a second. So there's the first start of the knee split. Now I'm gonna add a variation because Eva has a gorgeous scorpion. We're gonna allow her to twist and push into her scorpion. Good. Nathan, can you give her a spin, please? Very nice. And hold it. Look at that scorpion. Gorgeous. And then come down. You'll reverse it, bend your knee, and then you'll safely come out of it. That's the fun thing about silks. When you're training your skills, your upside down brain and your reverse brain is getting trained so much because of the safety. We ask you to understand how to get into it and out of it on both sides. Okay, thank you, Eva. Nathan, let's work and progress. Let's go level 2 to level 6 with one of our drops. Let's do our intro to single star. So let's start with just a prep. So we're going to stand and then we're going to have it on the same side as our body. And then you're going to do an invert and attach the same, and wrap it around your back. And then from there, that's just step 1. Then I'm going to get you to wrap it on your knee. And then you can take your other hand off and do just a nice pose there. Good. Okay, now come down. We'll climb up a little higher. Very good. And I'll move the height a little bit more. And then let's go into just your single star drop. So I'm going to teach you guys how to drop just out of that prep, and then we'll progress it even higher. Good. So you're wrapping around your back, inside your leg, in front of your tummy, and then pose there and hold nice. Now from there, he's going to remove the top leg and he's going to do a half twist and do a nice layback. Good. Very nice. And come out of it. Good. Do you have energy to climb all the way up now? Thank you. It's pretty tough to climb. Okay, so now we're gonna do with a salto. We're gonna add a front salto, and then because he's wrapping like this, it's gonna be a front salto looking like a half twist, but we're calling it salto into single star drop. When you have the height, you can practice these. Otherwise, we slowly go through the drops with a step-by-step series. Okay, so he's in his first prep. Now from there, he's locking the slack in his armpit, and then he's going to pull up and go through a cobra position. Then he's going to re-grip his slack, and that's more for artistic. Now he's ready to do a front salto into the star, and he's going to grab his other hand on the slack with his right hand. Okay, we're ready. Very nice. Good job. Okay, thank you, Nathan. Now, the next progression for that is the double star, opening it. Would you like to show that? Yeah? Okay. So it's the same thing. And this is level 6. So we're at this point, we took so much time going through their strength skills, their climbing skills, their technique, their balance, and the drops and slides so that the students are ready to do something like this. You can go. So he has an advanced way of getting in because he needs to do an extra wrap. Wrap around the knee, around the tummy. And now, and he's double wrapping it because it's our double star. And now to make it pretty, we've opened the silks so that there's a different type of an artistic descent using the fabrics as an aerial prop, as well as our tumbling partner. Okay, we're ready. Very nice. Good job, Nathan. Okay. So, Eva, could you show us a variation for a contortion handstand? So I wanted to share some skills that we're comfortable with understanding the acrobatic art syllabus. So she's going to go into a type of a handstand for us. And we're showcasing how it could be done on silks being wrapped. Got to regrip and find those silks. Try again. Open them first. That's a good thing to talk about, actually. When you climb the silks, they could get over wrapped around themselves. And so you could use a type of a figure 8 to help separate them. And then you could tape around so you know where to find your silks. Okay, so she's ready. So she's opened up the silks. I'm just going to move a little bit, and she's going to wrap her legs. And then she's going to lock them with her feet. Then she's going to poke her body through and do a pike. So we know this is like a pre-forward bend. Then she's going to grab around the silks. And then she's going to open up through Cobra and go into her gorgeous handstand. Then we'll go to our knees. Good. Go to your knees. So she's in a knee hang, just like on hoop. And then you're going to push up into a taller handstand. Good. So it's showing off our bendy skills as well. Good. And then to come out of it, you can go up, put your legs, you can put your arms through and pike back around like a backward roll. Very good. And then come out of it carefully. Good. And regrip. Very nice. Okay. Nathan, can you show the cartwheel back step out? So I added this in Nathan's solo this year because I wanted to recreate a tumbling pass that we typically see going this way, but I wanted to create it vertical. So our audience might be used to seeing a cartwheel back step out. So it's a variation of the single star drop that we just did, except you just have to poke your hip on the other side. I won't get into the details of it because we just went through the step by step quickly from level 4 to level 6, but he's getting prepped for it. And I want you to visualize with your eye a cartwheel back step out. Okay, are you ready, Nathan? Okay, go. Cartwheel back step out. Yeah, very nice. So it flows into the same passage as a cartwheel back step out would. Okay, I think that's all that I had for the silks today. Unless there's something else you guys wanted to showcase quickly. I think we showcased everything. Unless people want to see more, then we'll do that. So I'll have a chat with Carolyn while we wait.
Wow. First of all, Meaghan, thank you so much for that presentation. And Nathan and Eva, you are amazing. What a gift that we get to have such talented demonstrators present. But Not only that, Megan, bringing all of your experience and skills to the table in such a beautiful setting so that we can see how it's done. So, what we will say, as Megan said, is there anything that you wanted to see or to ask Megan? You can post those in the comments now and we'll take questions. You've got Meaghan Wegg here. So, if you've got some questions about Silks, our aerial program, please feel free to post that. Monica says, beautifully done. I would agree. So, Megan, let's talk about this. The silks have been added to the syllabus primary to level 6, and I've put the link in the comments for people if they want to find that. The syllabus information is at acrobaticarts.com if they don't have access to the link. So that's been added along with our hoop syllabus. Now we have teacher training for hoop. Are you adding teacher training for silks?
Yes. So we are adding a two-step teacher training, very similar to Hoop. The first one is online and it's theory. And in the theory component, you're not going to learn the drops, slides, or the balances, because those are very detailed work that needs to be done in person only, not only for the safety, but it takes a lot to learn how to wrap, even to learn how to tie a knot and to do a knot. But imagine doing that with a human and human load and everything. So we only want to do that stuff in person. What we're going to do online is talk about and teach the strength, the climbing, and the technique that's needed for silks, but also teach the apparatus what it is, how to set it up, how to tear it down, and assisting, giving examples of structure and how to rig, and where you can find riggers and suggest engineers. So it'll be 2 different days, 6 hours total, or 1 day, 6 hours, just to do the theory. And then the practical will be 1 full day as well. And we are working on tours happening in 2023 to go in person now that airplanes are flying and we can get around the world. So here in London, Ontario is our Canada East location. And I'm looking at almost confirmed a Canada West location in BC. And then in the UK and Australia. And we're talking with some studios in the States as well.
Brilliant. So more to come, but just as we do with the hoop program, we're looking at safety first. That's why the theory is there, so that teachers can feel confident in the rigging, the structure, all the things they need to know before ever stepping on this, or climbing on silks or setting them up in a studio. And then the second piece is when we get into the progressive drills and skills for the silks, and looking at online for the theory, in person in 2023. So that is something to look forward to start planning for. And speaking of planning, if I am a studio owner, and I am somebody who what I love about what you presented to, Megan, was that you gave us a chance to see the integration of the skills that we may already have as teachers and studio owners. We may already know ballet and or acro, and we may be curious about adding aerials to our studio, but think we may not have the skills to do so. So we may be hesitant in stepping over that, getting off the fence, so to speak. What would you say to teachers who may not have the experience but are curious about adding this opportunity to their studio?
I think, great questions. Thank you. This syllabus is perfect partnership with the acrobatic arts syllabus and ballet dance training. Combining all three together is going to make a beautiful aerial dancer. So all your strength is taught off the ground, and it's a different level, it's a different height, it's a different component. We work your spatial orientation way more than you would in dance and acro, because you actually are lifted off the ground for a long time and your brain has to think how to work, which is a huge training on its own. So combining and cross training, it's now the thing to do, and safely doing it instead of following something on YouTube that you saw and looked cool. Actually following a step-by-step guide with very experienced teachers teaching you how to do it is the best and safest way to do it.
Awesome. So one thing just benefits the other. I would guess from what you're saying is that our acro ballet training can apply to aerial silks, aerial hoop, and they both benefit one another. That's a beautiful thing. Okay, we do have some questions. So Lara says, did you talk about the stretchiness of the silk, which is best to use?
We did not talk about that, and we will be talking about that in our theory course. But for beginners, the tightest, less stretchy are better to use because it takes more strength with the stretchy skills. Those with Cirque du Soleil use the stretchy ones because the wow factor in their slides and drops are a big component of the routine. And that'll be taught in our professional or in our pre-professional levels. Will guide them on how to get there. But the stretchy silks don't necessarily need to be used at the moment because it's going to be too difficult to get the students to climb.
Okay, thank you. This looks amazing, says Kelly Jane. Will this be a separate exam or combined with hoop exams?
We will have separate exams, silks different to aerial hoop.
Okay.
And I'm excited about this.
It is exciting. Lots of opportunity to learn and grow. And like we said, one thing complements the other. And the more you know, the better it will be for everyone, which is amazing, and more confidence for our teachers. Okay. So Emma says, we have an A-frame for our aerial hoop session. Are these going to be okay for silk, or am I not likely to be able to use the same rig? We can't have anything set up all at the same time or rigged from the ceiling.
Beautiful questions. You can use the A-frame for silks and hoop. It's as safe. It's going to be the same structure. You just need the single point, and you have to make sure you have good mats underneath for the safety as well.
Right. Okay. All right. So last call for any questions. Meaghan, thank you for taking the time to answer all of these amazing questions and for people to ask while you have this opportunity. We're super excited about launching this. While we're waiting for any final questions, Meaghan, you didn't only just add silks to the syllabus recently. You also added some pre-professional elements to the syllabus as well for hoops. Is that correct? For hoop?
That's correct. So we added pre-professional level 1, 2, 3 with a lot of fun and high level skills that are very difficult in spinning, in rope work, so working above the hoop, in dynamics, so some dynamic skills. And we also added examples of choreography, so high level, pre-pro level routines. And we added some more partnering, basic partnering, and primary to level 3 examples of spin sequences. There's lots of fun stuff on the app. You should get it.
Yeah, I am amazed. I'm so excited for aerial arts. Obviously, an amazing start already, but adding these new elements and what's to come, I am not surprised at all, Meaghan. I wouldn't expect anything less. And so there are no further questions. So thank you again, Meaghan, and also to Ava and Nathan. Thank you for being here. That was amazing.
Thank you.
So for more information on aerial arts and the app, I've put a link in the comments, but you can find more information at acrobaticarts.com. And you can find the syllabus under Acrobatic Arts syllabus on the right-hand side of the screen. If you are interested in our aerial arts program, teacher training syllabus, expanding your students' population and enhancing dancers' results, skills, and potential, find us at acrobaticarts.com for upcoming and online find us, I'll say that again, at Acrobatic Arts for upcoming online and in-person opportunities. And thank you so much again, Meaghan. Thank you, teachers, for joining us for this weekly mini. Join us next week with Kate Evans and how to put your acro dance program into action. See you next week. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Bye.